This house was completely modeled by Claude. I didn't touch it, no human did anything here. This was completely prompted and modeled from the ground up from a set of construction drawings. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to set Claude up with SketchUp so you can do this for yourself. And I want to go over some of my tests to kind of show you its pros and cons of using this workflow. I think it's really good and powerful if you have no idea how to 3D model, but if you're an ArchViz expert and you've been 3D modeling for some time, you're going to have some issues with it. So let's get right into it. So in order to have Claude talk to SketchUp, you're going to have to set up the connector. So just go to your menu, hit customize, go to connectors, add right here, browse connectors, and search for Trimble. Trimble is the parent company of SketchUp. Go ahead and click that. It'll ask you to log in, and then you're going to see it here in your connectors. This just means that Claude can talk to it. So check this out. I went over to a fresh chat, and all I did, I'm showing you everything here. I dropped in my PDF. So it's 3 pages, and I'll show you exactly what it is. And I gave it this prompt. Can you model the exterior of the house? Elevations and floor plans attached. I want the site modeled to LOD 300. That's for my Revit nerds out there. Window frames, railings, etc. should be render ready. So let me show you what was in the PDF set. And I just want to point out this is running on Fable 5. This actually came out on June 22nd, limited release. So I kind of squeezed this one in. I only had a couple hours with it before it disappeared, but huge difference over Opus, and I'll explain the comparison between the two because it blew my mind. So this is the drawing set. I'm going to import it, and here we go. We've got a site plan, floor plans, and we've got elevations. Okay, so this is like SD level. There's a couple dimensions, overall dimensions, window dimensions. Elevations are pretty much basic, but they're showing hatchwork of the different materials. Okay, so this is typically what we're used to dealing with as an ArchViz artist. You know, this is an actual project, so this is what I get from the client, right? So I want Claude to replicate the same experience of what it's like. So just some overall dimensions for you to have in your head before we hop into the model so you could see. We've got a house that's about 42.5 wide and 17 and change deep. Okay, keep that in mind. And windows are about 9'10". So let's head over to our chat. And you can see it went ahead and analyzed it. It pulled all the dimensions off the sections and the drawings, and it spit out a 3D model. At first, it wasn't that great. You can see that the windows were way too small, so I had it go ahead and edit it. And this is what we're going to look at, the completed revised version. I say all this because anything with AI, you're not going to one-shot it, okay? It's going to need some back and forth until it's perfect, right? So that's why I bring that up, because a lot of people think it's like a magic button. No, it takes some time. So let's do a little comparison to our drawings. So if I'm looking at my elevations overall, the front looks correct, right? We've got our three skylights right here. We've got our 4 windows. Let's see if we go over here. The windows here look correct, right? Okay, but you'll notice, what's this? It added columns, which was interesting. This is supposed to be cantilevered, but add that in. But I will say I did a good job with the railing and everything. Let's check the other side, which is this side. You could see that our little chimney here, it's a little off. This is also looking a little weird too, but overall, I got the gist of it. You know, added some slats here, it missed right there. The topography, you know, pretty close, not 100% perfect, but close enough. It added this like boardwalk thing, that's not there. And then in the rear, we've got our skylight here. So this is a little different here, but we got the skylights there. Again, that weird boardwalk. But let's look at the dimensions, right? So check this out. The depth, I was saying, is around like 17 and change. We're looking at about 17 here. Okay, so not perfect, it's close. And then overall, 40 feet instead of that 42.5 that I'm pulling over here. So automatically speaking, like, we're off dimension wise, and that's not great, especially when you're trying to build something digitally. The windows, the typical windows of that 9'10" I was talking about, 9'2". So at a glance, it looks correct, but it's wrong when it comes to the details, and that's a big issue. So that's why I was saying earlier, like, if you don't know what you're doing with SketchUp and you're in a rush and you don't want to like learn 3D modeling and you just want to see something quick, not a bad idea. This is pretty quick. But if you're trying to make money off of ArchViz and 3D modeling and you're designing, you kind of need to be perfect, right? So that's kind of like the big issue with AI right now. It's not perfect. It looks like it's perfect, but it's not. But there are some really nice and promising things, right? Like the materials are here: cedar shingle, metal roof, right? Like stone. It's picking that up and it's doing things correct. But here's where it gets really weird. So when I was first prepping this video, it was like the morning before Fable 5 dropped. I was doing it on Opus, and I just want to show you the difference between Opus and Fable because it's kind of scary. This was the first version that came out of Opus, okay? This looks horrible. This is like kindergarten level SketchUp. And then I log back in to work on this video to finish it, and Fable's here. And we went to this. So to go from that 4 class to the 5 class, huge improvement. I mean, this is like now 7th grade level. You know, this is like someone who's been using SketchUp for like a week is doing this. So we went from 10 minutes of experience to like a week. And that was in one model release. So what does this mean in the future? Is it going to get better and better and better? Yeah, probably. I mean, that's what this is trending towards. So that's why it's really interesting and promising. So this was a house. So this, you know, we'll give it a B, you know, B for effort, you know, maybe like a C plus, C plus, B minus, you know. I'm curious what you would grade it, but right off the bat, you know, I'll reiterate that it's insane that we're doing this in like less than 10 minutes. Like that's all AI magic, right? So this was a house. Then I wanted it to do a chair. I wanted to do the Eames chair, the Eames molded chair. So check this out. For those that don't know, it looks like this. This is a very complex chair. You know, it's molded plywood. I wanted to see what it could do because honestly, I hate modeling furniture and SketchUp. It's the worst. So is this a way to kind of speed that up? Maybe, instead of using photogrammetry. Still, that's a very impressive tech, but it gets a little like messy and blobby, and I kind of want nice, clean model work. So this is what we get in SketchUp. And I laughed because when I first opened it, I was like, oh my goodness, look at this. This is like the Temu version of the chair. Again, this is like the I don't know, 10 minutes of experience with SketchUp version. So it kind of got like this part right, and then everything else was completely wrong. So off the mark there. And with anything AI related, you should always double check its work. But still, very interesting that I was able to do this. I even tested it on a simple light fixture just to see what it could do. So let me show you that. So the next one was, can it model this sconce, right? So I've got a bunch of dimensions here. It's basically this metal cage here with an Edison bulb, but you can see black panel in the back, larger cage, smaller cage. Let's see what it gave us. It gave us something like this, little side by side. It was a little lazy and it just gave us a blob here, and the middle cage is floating. It's not anchored to the back. So I did complain to Claude, and it did give me another version. It made it a little bit better, but again, we don't have that full plate. It got the materials wrong and so on. The other cool thing about this, I mean, obviously it's not perfect, but this isn't actually using my own SketchUp. So it's not using the sketchup.exe on my computer. It's using SketchUp within it, within Claude. So you don't need a valid like installed copy on your PC. You just need a Trimble account, and then it'll go ahead and do this. So kind of nice if you don't have, you know, SketchUp Pro installed. So that was a light bulb. Then I had asked it to model an interior elevation for me. This was a simple, you know, wall elevation of just a TV and shelving and everything. I wanted it to do all the drawers and everything, and this. And let me show you what it did. And this is what I got back. And I will say, like, right off the bat, it looks pretty cool. It looks mostly correct. TV is off, fireplace box is a little off, but it did give me the drawers, and it did give me the back paneling, which is kind of cool. But this is like the issue between AI and like humans with experience. Like these drawers, right? This is just going to get rendered as basically nothing. This is going to be one flat surface. There's no shadow line. I don't know if this was actually even modeled. Yeah, you see that? It's not even modeled as like a drawer. So there's no shadow gaps. It's going to come in as completely solid in D5, which is going to be an issue. Then there's like the Z flickering. That's when there's two planes on top of each other. And obviously the overall dimensions of where things are is off. And there's also this like sloppy overrunning of different groups. So look at that. So you see how, let me just move this up. There's overlapping. You wouldn't do that. A human wouldn't do that. But a lot of this got fixed in Fable. This was Opus, right? But Fable didn't do that. We didn't see the same thing when we were over here in this model. This looks very clean. There's a little bit of that going on, but not as bad as before. So overall, extremely promising. Definitely not there. Definitely not perfect. Not saying it is, but keep in mind conceptually, I did feed this either an image or a PDF and it went and did that. There's definitely going to be some issues. There's definitely going to be imperfections between the two, like, location of this, even the cricket for the roof here, like that's missing, and just like the columns and the weird boardwalk, and it's not perfect. But I think it's one of those things, it's probably only a matter of time until it becomes perfect. But the details that it's missing are really, really important to the work. I mean, this is a completely different fascia cut, and the overhang is wrong, and the window sizes are wrong, and the head heights are wrong, and it's just like, it's close, but too wrong to use. And that's how I'll summarize this. I'm really curious what you think of this, if you have been using it in any capacity. I just thought it was really cool that if you look at everything that Claude is supporting on the MCP front, I thought it was odd that SketchUp was included. I don't know what the move is there, obviously to help generate 3D models. I just thought it was an odd inclusion, because typically it's like boring things like Excel and Chrome and Outlook, and now we're getting like into our tools. So I don't know. It's interesting thought. That maybe the future is like we prompt and then things appear. That does get rid of 3D modeling, which is a shame because we like 3D modeling to some degree. Some parts are fun, some parts are annoying, but still, I think conceptually there's pros and cons. It simplifies things, but also it's like it takes away what we kind of like doing. Because when I think of a 3D model, right? Like we don't unfortunately do enough physical models, like working with our hands, but 3D modeling is like similar to that, where you're spending the time and you're modeling things and you're thinking about, the moments and vignettes. And maybe it's a little different when you're the ArchViz artist doing this rather than the architect. But I know a lot of architects are watching this, losing that and just prompting it away, kind of a bummer. But there is the side of speed. This is 10 minutes versus like, someone maybe spending an hour or two to get to the same point. So lot to consider. All this stuff is extremely conflicting and confusing, and I know at this point I'm ranting, but it's just a crazy time we're living in, and like every week something new is coming out and up and doing new things, and these new workflows are popping up. So it's just important to be aware, see the state of things, if they're good or not, if they're not worth using. So that's what we're doing here. We're covering all this. But anyways, that's enough of me ranting here. I would love to know what you guys have been doing with any of this. Obviously, it's definitely not perfect yet, but there is promise. So I'll leave it at that. If you made it this far, thank you again for watching. Please like, subscribe, all those good things, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Bye.